breaking news in our world lead amid Vladimir Putin's violent and unprovoked barrage against Ukraine, a war. His government is now also cracking down on its own citizens, arresting hundreds for taking part in anti-war protests. CNN's Nick Robertson joins us now live from Moscow. And Nick, the government warning not to protest did not stop every Russian from taking to the streets. An independent monitoring group says that more than 1,700 people have been detained across Russia today for protesting. You saw several demonstrators arrested right in front of you earlier. Tell us what's happening in Russia and Moscow right now.
Yeah, that was a pretty big demonstration by Moscow standards of recent times, given that there wasn't any time for people to prepare for this, Jake. Remember, citizens here just woke up like everyone else to the news of the war this morning. And normal times people would have a little more organizational time. Obviously, they have to organize these things sort of covertly on chat groups and things like that. So the figure of 900, more than actually 900 people arrested in Moscow is a relatively big number. And the police were pretty brutal about it. I saw one man being pulled by his face, people slapped up into the side of the police trucks, their legs spread out, rough-handled into the police vehicles in some cases. And these were protesters who were doing nothing more at times than just holding up a placard saying no to the war. Police were sort of searching their bags before they were being bundled into the police vehicles. But the warnings from the government, very clear, very stark. If you protest, you could get a criminal record and that could haunt you for the rest of your life. I talked to some of the people who didn't get arrested, and I have to say it was humbling and shocking to hear these young and older Russians tell me just how much they're afraid, why they're afraid. They're afraid because they no longer trust their leader. They didn't really trust him before, but now they really don't. They're worried about where the country is going. One young lady said to me close to tears, she says, I love Russia. I love Russia, but she says, now I just want to leave the country. It doesn't feel right to me, she said, but with this leadership, you know, what else can I do? So this was really quite shocking to find this level of frustration, of disappointment, of not knowing what to do about the actions their government's taking. I'm not quite sure how this bodes for the coming days and nights, but it's very clear that Putin's cracking down heavily. That's his tactic. That's the way he does it, because he wants to snuff out these demonstrations. The war won't be done in a day in Ukraine, and these protesters are likely to try to come back out again. So he's going in heavy, it seems, early on, Jake, to send an unequivocal message. Keep off the streets.
Nick Robertson in Moscow, thank you so much.